So after Cocktail and after Happy, now you know, in those two movies, you took some time off, and now you have two movies back to back.
Yeah.
With Lucknow Central.
Making up for it.
Yes, yes. So tell me, how was the feeling? Why did you take a break? What was the thought process?
I mean, it wasn't. It kind of just happened. It wasn't some conscious decision on my part that I wanted to take some time off or anything like that. It's just that I guess post Cocktail, I didn't know what was going to come with being in a super successful film like Cocktail.
Yeah.
It was my first venture. It happened so quickly for me. It just literally happened overnight. You know, being an actor was never one of my goals, or was never on the agenda really. So I wasn't prepared for what happens with a really successful film. I wasn't prepared for being in the limelight, in the public eye, scrutiny all the time. You know, people recognizing you when you walk down the street, and I didn't know how to deal with it in the beginning. So I think it made me take a few steps back, because I mean I was just so intimidated in the beginning. I took some time off. I traveled for a little while, because Cocktail also took a long time. Like, it was a film that took us a while to shoot, and it happened over quite a significant time. So I kind of just went off, did my own thing for a while. I came back and I started reading scripts, and it took a bit to find that that second script that you really want to play and that you're really excited about. So it took about a year and a half to 2 years. But of course, from the time you start with you read a script and you start prep for the film, then you shoot the film, then you promote the film. Up to the time the film actually releases, yes, there was a gap of 4 years. But from the time I actually started working on it, it was a 2-year gap. It was not, sometimes people forget to take that into consideration. But yeah, it was not like a conscious decision. It was just that I was waiting for the right feeling, or for the right, you feel a script. Like, if you read, I read so many scripts sometimes, and you don't feel as much for them. And then I think about it, I'm like, I don't want to just do something for the heck of doing something. I want to do something that I'm genuinely, feel for, I relate to, I'm interested in, that's something I find challenging, something that excites me, because only then will I be able to give it 100%. And there's no point doing, committing to something if you're not going to give it 100%. So it takes a while sometimes, but like you said, I have 2 films releasing this year, so I'm making up for all the lost time.
Yeah. So how was it? Because see, Lucknow Central is all about life in jail, and you're a social worker. Tell us something about Parmanu. What your character is in that film, and how is it working with Farhan and John?
So Parmanu again is based on true events. So is Lucknow Central. That was a pure coincidence.
Yeah.
But it's based on the '98 nuclear test that India undertook, which again is such a it's an event of such significance, and one that changed the history of our country. And to be able to tell that story to the country and to the world, it was a great feeling. I wanted to, again, I read that script and I was like, I want to be part of this. And it's also a very well written script. It's very crisp. It's it's thrilling. Like, while I was reading it, I was literally turning the pages quicker and quicker and quicker to try and find out what was going to happen next. So it really had my interest. It was very intriguing, very riveting. And a lot of the times, I mean, we know very generally what happened in '98 because we've studied about it or read about it or whatever it is, but we don't know the exact details of how the mission actually was carried out. And that's something that this film will show you or tell you, and things that I discovered along the way. So very, very interesting. Working with John was, it was a great experience. He's very down to earth. He's very normal, is what I what I noticed about him, and very fun loving. He's always cracking jokes, and he's basically that one element on the set that makes sure that everyone's in a good mood, and that there's positive energy around. So it was a great experience. Yeah.
And what about Farhan?
Farhan, I've watched his movies so often, like while growing up, and just generally I've been watching so much of his films, and I've always known that he's a very real, very subtle actor. But this was the first time I actually got to experience it firsthand, being in the same film as him, shooting with him, being in the same scenes as him, and it's quite amazing. I think that's the most special part about Farhan is his subtle, his subtleness, subtlety in acting. It's very real. It's extremely, extremely real, and I was able to learn a lot, and not honestly, yes, Farhan is a superb actor, but everybody on that cast of Lucknow Central.
Yeah,
there's just very, very special talent. I mean, they're supremely talented people in their own right, from Farhan to Ronit Roy, Gippy Grewal, Rajesh Sharma, Inamul Haq,
Yeah.
Deepak Dobriyal. It's just like one, you know, a talented individual after
Yeah.
the other, and to have everybody come together for one film
Yeah.
is what really makes this film very special.
Yeah.
So I got to learn a lot just being, you know, I was literally the most junior actor, inexperienced actor on the set. So there was a bit, you know, I was a little intimidated in the beginning. I was like, you know, there's these expectations and, you know, maybe they'll judge me and will I be able to live up to that standard of performance? But there was a lot for me to learn. So there was way more positive for me to take away from just being on the same, you know, film as these guys.